Tava com 7. Aí eu ganhei 4. Quatro.
And then 7 seconds left. And he's putting down the bomb. Ladies and gentlemen, AC with a quad kill. And AC looking the right way. Henny coming in and they should be cancelling this out with a pistol. Still trying to get it.
Oh,
no! You've got to be kidding, AC! With the ace clutch! Shutting down Immortals! What did we just see?
That makes no sense. He's been dead to rights a couple of times in that. First, the jump over the AWP, fighting his way up the ramp. This is why you say don't peek. It sounds so silly because there's such an advantage in the Immortal side of thing, but you're giving him too much. That makes this kill was just easy because he'd been weakened earlier, and then obviously that needs to be a frag for Henny. He's going to be beating himself up after that. AZ's got to be living a high life right now.
You are not going to get many of those in your career.
No.
There's one less of those in AZ's lifetime. That's unbelievable.
That was a 1v4 or maybe a 1v5 by half a second perhaps when his teammate falls. I mean, who cares? We'll just call it a 1v5. Give the man some credit. Beautiful by AZ.
Oh man, I mean, Immortals are still in this. They've got the economy, but that's such a slap in the face, and you know internally in the team, it's hard not to tilt a bit over that. It's hard to justify losing that round. Immortals see if they can bring it back. Well, that's a great start. Lucas taking down 2, and there's a third. Dropping Cajun as the last man, and AC this time there's not going to be any shenanigans.
Surely not, Anders. Yes, it's hard to tilt losing a 5v1, but that's a good way to make sure it doesn't go too far in the other direction. A clean sweep, an easy round. Great double up on the A ramp, just very quick kills, 3 of them in total between Lucas and Kanji. They've done a great job, those two. Even that 4th there at the end.
Yeah, I feel like Lucas is
just been solid.
Yeah, he's keeping his mind in this game. He's not too affected by the pressure, it seems. They are top fragging at 12 and 13. Great timing with the smoke and the Molotov there. Kanji's loving that.
2 AKs and some pistols. No utility. North has got to make their move. They're already in the bomb. So how does this happen? I think KNG, I don't know what Lucas was doing. We were just saying his head was in the game, but I think he lost track of everything because KNG seemed to just go down without a fight. Very awkward positioning at the moment. North have everything they could want.
I just think they weren't expecting the Danish team to just run onto the side like that. They've been conditioned to think of, smokes and flashbangs, and suddenly they're there. So definitely a bit odd. 3-on-3 for the retake here at the 15th round. Immortals, they're fighting to stay in the tournament. They need to win this map, so this is going to be big for them. MSL gets an important kill. Bolts with 1 in the return. He's going to be going down. Diffuse already happening in front. 1 more second, and Steel is not going to get it. Valda will take him down. It's so close, and not close enough for an 8-7 finish. Slightly favoring Immortals here.
They've got to be gutted. Obviously, the 1 versus 5 is going to be preying on their minds. Also, that last round just seemed to be easy.
Bit of a story on its own. We'll see here, second half coming in. North, now on the CT side. Already got the first map here, but Immortals are looking much more awake now. So a couple of mistakes, costing a couple of important rounds. But in spite of that, they've definitely been more fired up. And Lucas is doing his best impression of sort of pretending to be a whole team here. It's just one man, but he wants to keep everybody on this side, because over at this side, the Glock train is going to be stopping at the B-bomb side. Valda missing a couple of shots and falling back. The pressure is on. Config gets 1 headshot. Another third. Oh my god! Config shutting down Immortals. There is nothing you can do against that, is there?
Get banged out. That's so impressive from Config. And beautiful by Valdi as well. A bait and switch. They weren't expecting Config to be there at all because they had seen Valdi on the porch.
Oh no, we could get the ace headshot. He could get all the headshots here. And MSL!
No.
We're gonna remember that MSL. We're gonna remember.
I feel like you don't want to mess with config in that at all, in that sense. This is so disgusting. The control after 3 kills, even the 4th. There he is.
That was from the pregame, but yes. Well, I mean,
speechless, aren't we? It's insane to watch. That's why he's so endearing to so many fans. That's why, I mean, we also like to see he's one of the guys who gets into the banter, who gets into the little bit of the smack talk. He can obviously back it up as well.
Well, yeah, he's got some ammunition now, hasn't he?
Yes.
he's feeling ready again. Starting to run low, maybe. 8-8 is the scoreline. Immortals with a buy in this round, not really uncommon at all. It'd be nice if they could land some of those deagle headshots, and even one of the teams that still tend to pick up the Tech 9, it seems. And they're spread out all over the map right now. It seems like they're just looking for a bunch of individual fights, more or less.
They really, I mean, they're looking for aggression, right? They want to be gifted a kill before they decide where to go, and at the moment, North isn't giving it to them. Bomb is left very far back as well, so if they have success, they still have to go get it. This aggression up a ramp, but Lucas is going to fall back. He has damaged up MSL. He wins that initial battle. Config's got to be so careful. He was almost in the crosshairs of KNG, an easy target. A little bit more damage onto AZ, and this is where it does get confusing for North, because you have no idea where the actual hit's going to come from. Good find from Config. Now into the B bomb site is Steel, but he's not finding anything.
Might have been Config saving his teammate then. He was all the way over by a catwalk, so that's kind of an important pick off.
Steel goes through the B bomb site, calls it clear, and now Henny's going to be running the whole way. Now Steel will get a kill here, obviously, but Config is going to know everything. He hears this running, and this is going to be an easy kill. Henny won't be expecting it whatsoever.
Oh man, that's annoying, isn't it? You're absolutely right. Steel coming in, will pick up one. Still got a couple of seconds here. He's just going to have the bomb planted in the last possible second, it seems. So, best you could hope for, I think.
Yes, 2 kills is nice as well. That plant is going to be big. Obviously, would have liked more, but they didn't get some of those fights they were looking for in mid. North is going to take the lead once again, 9-8.
That's, not at all a bad round out of Immortals here. Couldn't really have gone much better. Going to be buying a couple of pistols in this round, but nothing too exciting outside of that.
No, and Henny's got 3,500, so he'll obviously have the AWP, so we'll get that right away into those gun rounds. We've seen a couple times that it's taken some time for Immortals to get those ops out onto the field. Won't be one of these. Bolts with the Deagle, Steel with the CZ. Lucas has a Deagle as well. They haven't... Oh my god. I was about to say they haven't had a whole lot of success with him, and Bolts just lands one square between Cajun's eyes. That's a dirty shot.
We've been seeing a lot of those in this matchup, I feel like. Just the amount of raw aim talent on both these teams is kind of ridiculous, isn't it? 18th round, and again, bomb really far back. Immortals hoping for, again, someone to be aggressive, someone to make a mistake. Valde trying to be as safe as he can be.
I like that switch, or not the switch. I like Valde playing B for this North team. There was always some debates because when they were trying to make it work with Magisk, still they were rotating some players in and out of that position. MSL, Magisk himself at times, a bunch of different things. But Valde just seems like such a stable player that's always going to get you at least 2 kills. And so, out of a B player on Mirage, like for those heavy B hits and executes, that's exactly what you want. Is just a consistent 2 kills.
Config. It's going to be an easy enough pickup on Lucas. Unfortunate timing there. What?
Oh,
what? And he still not getting the kill. That looked like almost a bit of comedy there towards the jungle. Just putting on a show for us, maybe?
Right. They've got a whole thing planned.
Like a routine?
Yeah.
Okay, well, apart from that round, which was pretty uneventful, all things considering, it's now time for Immortals to shine. We have the AWP picked up on Henny. We've got a lot of grenades and AKs here. They're not that far behind. It's perfectly within the realm of reason they can win this map.
Important round, though, right here. Set the tone. Cajun looking for a crack. They've already crossed over. He's got to be careful. He misses the shot, and he gets punished for it. Great from KNG. Config is going to go pick up the AWP, and we saw his hopping earlier on Inferno. He quickly switched off to the AK-47, but see if he can fare better with it in this round. He's got to try and bring his team back from a man down.
very defensive setup for North, which is good in terms of not getting picked off, but they have no idea what's happening in the center of the map right now. Just look at the minimap. It's Immortals controlling everything.
And the tough part is, unlike Gambit, they're not playing retake on the A bomb, so they have 2 players inside of the A site, which means they have a flank completely exposed. Here's a boost up on Catwalk to try and alleviate some of the pressure, and it starts with a kill.
It's a big return on investment, but they lose Valder, who's on the other part of that boost. Bolt taking down AC. Should be a free kill for MSL, but now he's got everybody to take down. Config showing up just in time. And now it's a 2-on-2. Config missing one of the shots here. MSL coming in to take on over. Great communication between these two again. And now Henny. He has not got the time to shuffle around too much longer. North need to remember that he has to put the bomb down eventually. And Henny sneaking up with the AWP. Molotov going to force him in. He sees the gun barrel. He knows where Config is. But MSL is there.
I love that jump over the gap by MSL. That's some Rambo level plays. MSL seems the most engaged, the most proactive, and the most aggressive I've seen him in some time on an individual level. He seems very switched in with this lineup, feeling very comfortable. That's great for the in-game leader. I mean, there is that meme of the increased sensitivity for that event where he would just went absolutely bonkers.
Listen, we called it the MSL era.
Yes, it lasted a week.
It's more than most people get, Moses.
It is more than most people get.
Bolts, he wanted to do it again.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
He heard you. You were impressed. Like, all right. If
Pagan heard me as well, and he just picked up the op.
If Mr. Moses is going to be into it, then go for it. 11-8. Valder with the spray down through the smoke. Can't see a single thing. KG comes running. Oh, sorry. KNG comes running in. And he's going to go down to Config with a nice triple spray. Didn't have much in this round.
Config's having one of those games that makes you just feel like he feels so comfortable ever since that pistol. Like when you have a big pistol round, like the rest of that half, you're just a god. It's not like they're having a lot of trouble killing Config. He's been great, obviously, in this. Both him and Valdi turning to take care of the B bomb site attack. Almost susceptible to that play from KNG. Now we're in it, though. Double op setup on the T side. We've seen this before. If there's any team that's going to make it work, it is Immortals. We've seen them do it in the past, but Henny's taking some damage, taking some fire. And there's Valdi as well. He spams Lucas.
Yeah. That was pretty good. Makes his escape all the way down through underpass. You'd wish that KNG would have been here to be able to return that. Does he see it? Not quite. Could have maybe gone for the fight, but he doesn't realize it, and the smoke fails the window. That's going to be a bit frustrating. Again, Immortals 5 versus 3. Not an easy one to fight your way out of.
No, it's really not. And look at the utility. They only have one smoke. That's on steel, so that's got to be used perfectly. Three flashbangs, 2 Molotovs. But there's just so many positions, and North is even playing. I mean, this is pretty aggressive, all things considered, for a 5-on-3. It's just a tough position to spot out. You don't immediately think to check it. And yeah, indeed, Bolt hasn't even looked there, and they're lucky to get away with their lives. Config's going to fall back. Valdi's here. He's picked off. KNG knows there's one more, knows it's Config.
Impressed by that. KNG, you can easily shoot right through the wall down there with the AWP, so got to be a bit careful here. 35 seconds, though, and Immortals are still stuck in the middle. And to get out through the connector, they have to challenge Cajun B. Let's see what he can do on the other side. He misses the first chance, and now they're going to go, and they have to commit to it. He's low on health. The boost is in again. This time, Config. It works. MSL with the kill. And KNG, double kill on him, but he just does not have the time here. They don't actually have to fight him. They can just wait and then kill him after the time has run out. If they wanted to. 8 seconds, and he goes down. Config looking for the kill and getting it up to 22 now. And North 3 rounds away from making the semifinals.
Yeah, Config wants that semifinals, and you can see that's where Immortals was really, really hurting, is that lack of utility. So they only had that one smoke, and they didn't use it on Catwalk. So again, I mean, Valdi and Config, I mean, just a little bit of annoyance, just boosting up once again. Even when it's already been spotted, even when it's already been forced back, they just return to it, get one more kill, and that helps alleviate the pressure on Cajun and MSL. This is very good communication, very good coordination from North. In the thick of action, when the original plan has all gone to hell, they're still able to be effective.
They look so much in control right now. I'm very impressed. They're going to be playing, if they make this work, we don't want to take it for granted, but if they do, they're going to be playing Gambit, right?
Yes.
So that could be a very explosive matchup. And obviously the other one, Nip and G2 on the other side of the bracket.
That's just a classic, isn't it?
Yes,
it
is.
The French versus the Swedes. Cores of both lineups having been one of the most classic matchups we've had in CSGO history.
Yeah, Shocks versus Forest and Get Right. I look forward to that when it happens. Right now, it is only a 5-round gap, so all they need to do, Immortals, here is break the North economy, put together some rounds, make sure they can't buy all these rifles, and then they could be right back in the mix.
It sounds so easy. We look at the tools they can bring to do it. 3 flashbangs in 1 smoke. They don't have much. And this is almost, it's such a tough call to make, but when you don't have this utility, you can't even have a full execute on this A bomb site. This is where you'd wish maybe someone else would have picked up a Galil just for the utility, or maybe a pistol. AZ could help them out if he just walks into Bolt's crosshairs. Oh no.
It's a perfect flashbang, isn't it? That's the kind of setup you love to see. No aim skills required at all, but KNG, that's a good kill. Cajun with the return, though. It's a bit of a shame that he can't just stick around and draw away the attention from the B-bomb side, because now they're going to know Valda turning around, but he gets overrun. He's not quick enough. Lucas will take him down. 3 on 3 here, and the bomb should be planted. It's 30 seconds. Config, though, very aggressive, charging all the way forward to the corner. Seems like his teammates have called for just a bit of a slowdown so they can be part of the action too. And with the bomb down, Immortals must win this round. They can't let this one go. Lucas at a big off angle. It's going to be hard for them to check if they jump out the window. But Config hitting a headshot on 1. The second as well. Goes for the retake. And it's going to work out for North. 14 rounds here. How do you deal with Config just being this good at the game?
You can't. I mean, this is just one of those games where he's just going off and there's really not a whole lot. He's hitting everything. He's got the right read, uses the Molotov. He notices teammates' Molotov doesn't burn out Steel, who he thought was at Vans, so he throws it right at the back of that pillar. Forces him into the open. Easy kill in that sense. And just so aware, pre-firing, shoulder peeking, finding Henny, and then it's just a 3-on-1 in that situation. Lucas, you mentioned he had that really awkward off angle, that really effective off angle, but never had a chance to bring it to bear because his teammates had fallen.
Well, that's a shot on Henny. I was going to say that looked very awkward for Config jumping into underpass, and eventually he's going to get taken up by KNG, but still, that opening kill on Cajun, surviving on 1 health, definitely a bit scary there. They still have a pretty big mid presence here for North. Looks like they sort of want to keep a bit of control on that part of the map. KNG's actually been boosted in, and he must have heard that run away from Cajun. This is a strong position, and just this strong. Gonna be taking down AC, leaving MSL alone on the bomb site. Grenade gonna land on him, do a bit of damage. Again, he's got no cover in here, and Steel will take him down.
The bomb's dropped all the way in mid. Back of mid, so still there's time. There's a chance here for North to get back into this. I mean, it's so awkward because they don't know it, so Valdi's not thinking anyone's going to be in mid. There's no reason to because they have the entire A bomb site. Was it Immortals that got punished by that earlier?
They lost a terrible 2v5.
It was 2v5, yes, by the same exact thing. And it was on this map as well.
It was on this map as well.
God bless it all.
Bringing up all the bad memories, aren't we, Moses?
Why not?
This time it's going to be different, though. No, don't have to worry about that right now. Will be a 9th round here, as already Cajun is just trying to save that AWP. But I think we've had some interesting rounds here that have been sort of good at just illustrating some basic points. That one flashbang where ASIC got the kill in the previous round on ramp was great.
Yes, that was sick.
This is one of those rounds where you see the positional play from KNG getting into window and how much it matters. Like, it cracks open that bomb site. There's nothing they can do as soon as he gets that first kill.
Yes, and I think part of that is because Cajun got so beat up, there was some confusion on how the rotation was going to work away from mid, away from that window, and there was a gap in when they had information, and obviously that gap is when KNG is able to sneak his way in. That was really, really effective from him.
So 9 to 14. They take away 4 rifles from North, who have a decent economy going, so they can buy an extra round anyway, but it's not so good that they can just sort of shrug and say, it's fine, you know, we've got buys for 3 or 4 rounds here. They've got to be a bit careful, North, that they sort of close out the game. Focus on that part, because the one thing you don't want to do right now if you're on the Danish side is eco in the middle of all of this.
No, you don't. As soon as their economy's broken, it feels like it's a close game. Instead of being a comeback, it's just close. But that goes equally as well to the Immortal side. I mean, buying up into this, they have 3 players who have pretty strong money, but they're going to have 2 players who are very light. Both is at 200 after the purchase, KNG at 0. So, I mean, if North is able to respond on this one, that next round when they're at 15 is going to be a pretty light buy for the Brazilians.
This second half has started out pretty gruelingly for Immortals, with North winning 7 rounds in a row.
This North defense on both maps has been phenomenal. And it's been, I mean, you think about who was it that had the incredible defense of that banana on Inferno. It was Config, and who's been playing a great Mirage so far? It's Config. He's just had an impressive series.
Certainly looking like the MVP at this point in time for North, at least. This is a huge uphill struggle right now for Immortals. There are so many teams now that definitely have a hard time playing CT side. All of the maps seem to sort of switch towards the T side more or less, so it's kind of refreshing to see North be this good at it. Maybe someone could spend the time studying them and learning a bit about what it is that actually works.
Yeah, why not? I think you see, I mean, it's probably been the most active defense I think we've seen with at least planned activity, you know? It's not just, you know, some kind of crazy push, but you can tell that the 2 players that are working together at bomb sites are very much knowing exactly how they want to play these rounds. This is scary for Immortals. If they don't throw the right flashbang, Cajun is going to be able to pick one off and fall all the way back. His teammate on Catwalk is Config with a Molotov, so further delays as well for the Brazilians if this doesn't go perfect.
Well, peeking with a grenade in hand, Steel goes down, and leg shot, but a headshot from Lucas, taking down Config. That's a big kill. I think that might even be worth it. Cajun, he gets one more, but KNG there to run him down. AC running into the bomb site, and he's only going to get the one. Henny surviving on 11 health. 2-on-2, but they lose bolts, and I think that just might have been it. Henny here, he's trapped on the bomb site, and they are coming for him. Oh, what? Valda with a team kill, and Henny with a headshot!
Oh, no. That is gutting for North. Valdi, I think he's just trying to pre-fire in case of a peek, and MSL just takes an awkward pathing. But that's disaster at this junction in the game. As we said, that's dangerous. Yeah, he's just pre-firing, waiting for the peak.
Now, if this is the round that breaks the game for them and we go to a map 3, this is where North can lose a lot of their composure.
Yes, it really, I mean, we saw it out of Navi earlier, right? A team that's also known for getting a little bit stressed in some of these matches. Important to note as well, you asked how you could handle Config, and I said you really can't. Well, Lucas jumping out of the window just takes him out with a quick headshot. So there's one way to do it, just kill him before he can shoot a bullet.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I like that. Why wouldn't they do that all along, Moses?
They can just do that for the next 5-6 rounds. That'll be great.
They can certainly do it in this round, it seems. No armor and the pistols all around on the north side here, so you have to assume that Immortals are going to be just fine with picking up a couple of easy kills. Finally, maybe even getting a bit of room to breathe.
Yes, for the first time in a long time.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Still a long way to go, though. But, I mean, at least you look at this. I mean, they're being much more cautious, much more thorough than we've perhaps seen them in some of these takes. Making sure everything's Molotov. And Cajun, that's upsetting. Not able to finish up that kill with the Deagle. I think we're going to be back on the weapons this next coming round. Yes, we should be. Cajun can have the AWP. He's got 7K. Everyone else can have M4s. They might be a little bit light on utility on a couple players, but this is definitely doable.
11-14. This game is getting uncomfortably close right now if you're North. You sort of know that you just have to finish it off. You closed it out. You probably have some sort of plan in mind, but it's getting a little bit too close for comfort. Now the fight is on in the middle. AC with a great transfer and Config to follow it up. Molotov there to put pressure on top mid. Henny winning the fight in spite of that. There was a bit of backup in the window, but Cajun had to fall back, so now it's a 3-on-3 leg shot into the follow-up from KNG. Combat AWPing and bolts to spray down Valda. MSL takes a long time, and he's going to end up going down to bolts. 12-14. That's one of the few buy rounds that North have left, and they can't make it work.
The Danes are cracking, Anders. You can see it. They're taking a little bit longer. These kills aren't coming as crisp. MSL, that should have been a much faster kill onto KNG and a transfer up to Palace where the player was also low. That could have been a very nice 1v1 situation to be in, but maybe some stress coming out at the end. And also, I mean, just Immortals, a lot of attention on mid, and obviously the presence of North and mid prompts KNG to make his play up A ramp. He knows if there's 2 players spotted in mid, someone at A has got to be missing. And that's the right call to make.
Leaves North back on pistols and no armor. Had a chance to fight in the middle. There was a failed smoke in the beginning, but they did not really feel like it. We have used to say, still do sometimes, that Danish Counter-Strike is one hell of a drug. It seems to be wearing off for North right now. They're coming back down to earth again, and right now they're not having a good time at all. Valde charging against Henny. It's got to be annoying, but ultimately won't really change the outcome of the round.
No, it won't. And the next one's going to be big, obviously. I mean, every round, I guess, here on out is going to be a massive one. But certainly, that's the round that Immortals could tie things up at 14. It's going to be a buy out of North. They've kind of strong. I liked the idea. It's unfortunate it didn't work because I really liked the idea. You could see North starting to slip, and much like we've seen out of where we saw out of Astralis at the E-League majors, and when they've gotten tough times, it's like, you know, be the aggressor. Take decision making out. All you need to do, the only decision you need to make when you're the aggressor is just, you know, hit the shot. Essentially, you don't need to really think too much about what you're doing because you know you're just trying to find a kill at this location on the map. So being aggressive in middle, they got a couple of some pretty decent trades. It was just they got outplayed at the A bomb site, which is tough, but the idea is there.
Great job from Bolts that round, hunting down the AK. I mean, these tiny, it doesn't seem like much, but towards the end of a game like this, giving an AK for free to North, definitely no reason to do that. Now we've got the double AWP setup in effect for the Danish side, and the scoreline is 14-13. This has got incredibly close all of a sudden. Immortals just a couple of rounds away. The Danes out of money, but that's a good flick, and Cajun makes it back around the ticket booth. And there's the spray from MSL, but Lucas wins the fight. And now AC. Does he stay and fight, or are they going to wait for backup to come in here? The bomb is sort of trapped at Tetris right now in this 4-on-4.
They need to wait. Cajun, he would love one more pick. There it is. There's the opportunity. Henny out in the open. The op as well from Config is on catwalk. Looking deep into the A bomb site. Can't see anything yet. Cajun moving up, and he's been spotted, but still a 4-on-3. Damage being done to Lucas as well. This is perfect for North. They're in a great situation.
There's no more grenades left on Immortals' side either. This is going to be very hard to hold for them. That smoke blocking off at least one player. And now the retake is on for the North team. Circling around the bomb side. Lucas, he knows it. He has to stay a bit proactive and keep them back and make sure they waste as much time as possible. There's the kill from Steel. That's the first step in the right direction. A headshot as well, leaving Bolts. He's behind the smoke and he's going to get dropped. Config, not even giving him a chance. Cajun with the triple, Config with the double in 15 rounds. Match and map point here for North.
How did Cajun, survive that round? He got tagged up by just random bullets here and there and somehow makes it worth. Brilliant switch into the double op setup for North. They get all 5 kills with the AWPs. That is a lovely decision that they make there, understanding what they needed. And it's all Cajun who really takes the teeth out of this hit.
How do you deal with that?
Well, AZ's down to 30. I think Henny tagged him with an op up A ramp right through a wall, perhaps? Either way, that's uncomfortable for AZ.
Real talk for a minute though, Moses. If they lose this round, we're probably going to go to overtime.
There's coming back down to earth.
Shout out to Chad. I just want this to happen. Come on, Immortals. 15-13. We're in the 29th round. I think it's safe and it's fair to say they definitely have had a big off day today. But
yes,
the longer this game goes on, the more they seem to wake up.
Yeah, certainly they've found their way back into it. I mean, we talked about it. We saw it a little on Inferno. They got into it, but it's just too late. You can't be doing this multiple maps. This is so much pressure you're putting on yourself to make something work. Great mid control for Immortals, and even better, it's efficient. They don't have to use a whole lot to get it.
AC wishes he could watch over Cajun for the first big kill. That's very important. AC standing in the middle there, trying to avoid the bullets that come through. He's going to get dropped MSL there by Henny. Steal with the kill on AC. Now it's 3 versus 4. Cajun going to get shot down. A great time boost in there. KNG goes down next. As long as Config is alive, there's still a chance, but the bomb will be going down, and both the North players are miles away. This could very well happen. Valde and Config, are they just going to hold on to it to try and avoid the overtime?
They really have to. It's not worth the risk. Yes, maybe there's a chance, a very small chance you actually win that and get the defuse and win this round. But it's just not worth the risk, because if you don't, then your team just has nothing in the next one. So giving themselves a fighting chance in the very last round of regulation, see what they can do there. I'll tell you, I think MSL is going to be beating himself up as this round comes to a conclusion. Did not need to push a ramp there with the player advantage. That's one of those decisions it's so hard to stop yourself from making in the heat of the moment, but you know you made the mistake as soon as you die. That just caused the A defense to crumble. So 15-14 Immortals. It's looked so shaky at times, but it seems they finally, I mean, they've gotten here. They can force overtime. And this is what you were talking about. This is going to be such a sketchy buy.
A good timeout called here for North. You can understand why, obviously. I mean,
bit of a stressful situation, I think.
Do we want to take a walk down memory lane to that fun round where they have the team kill and lose the round to Henny? Because that round right now is looking pretty grim.
That's a tough stroll through a dark forest to take Anders.
Well.
And I mean, especially considering who got the kill. We've been praising him for good reason, but Valde, he is inexperienced. He's the most inexperienced player on this roster in terms of this level of competition. Yes. So, I mean, that's a tough player to have to deal with, or that's a tough situation to have to deal with something like that as you watch the score just slip away from you guys.
They've been putting in the work. Config doesn't worry about the fact that it's the 30th round. Still going to make that crazy Kenny-esque jump out the window up until the railing. It all comes down to this. Immortals, if they lose this round, they are out of the tournament, and North are going to be in the semifinals. And if not, then we're going to be seeing overtime, which would be very exciting. And both these teams, so much fun to watch. Config is in middle with no backup at all.
With no smoke. What is this guy doing? These are the biggest balls I've seen in a long time to be doing that on round 30.
Yeah, I mean, there is just no denying it. It's getting late. Maybe he's lost his mind.
Well, we were all getting there, so that would make sense. Regardless, he doesn't get punished. I mean, you could just see equally, for a team as aggressive and fast-paced as Immortals, they equally do not want to do anything that could cause the end of this comeback. This should be getting Molotov. There's 5 Molotovs on the side of Immortals. If they lose a player to this without Molotov in this position, it'd be insanity, and they are going to do it. How long does he stick around for the shot? And that Molotov missed.
It did. They're going to put in one more, and eventually he's forced back. Ooh, good work. There's a bit of a spot under there, but they're going to be wrapping around to the B-bomb side. Only 2 players holding here, and they have to hold strong. Getting caught out, rotating. That's not good. There's a bit of surprise. Cajun on top of the box boosted. Valde gets 1 kill, and Steel almost goes down, but not quite. He stays alive, and Bolts is there to help him out. 4 versus 3 now. North trying to prevent the overtime. They don't want to go through this again. MSL down to Henny. Immortals, 2 more kills, and they will have forced the overtime. AC gonna pick up 1 with the UMP, and now it's a 2-on-3. The bomb ticking in front of them. AC running all over the place. Steel gets a kill. And Config, he's done so much, but this 1v2 is almost impossible, and it's gonna happen. Overtime, ladies and gentlemen.
There is a universe where that works, but all props to Immortals to make this comeback happen. It didn't look likely. They struggled a lot in that offensive half. The defense from North was looking great. But eventually, just so much different stress is applied to that. The TK, that's the lost round. You can see the man there responsible for that. Some poor decision-making. And eventually, they crumble. I mean, I've talked about it many times. This style from Immortals that they like to play, and once they're one of the best teams that I've ever seen in CSGO at breaking up at other teams' momentum. They're just relentless with it. 15-15.
How did we end up here, Moses? What has happened? It was...
I mean, imagine, look at the heroics as well. If you look at it from the other angle, it took an AZ 1 versus 5 for North to get to overtime.
Yeah, that was a good round.
That was a cool round, wasn't it? A Config 4 kill with 1 clip on the pistol.
we've had a lot of spice in this one game, haven't we? It's been a good variety, it's true. Some mistakes on both sides, I seem to remember. All in all, it's definitely been entertaining.
Good lord. Why is he doing this?
It's just, there's no good answer, is there, Moses? You're the one who's meant to be answering these questions for us.
Oh, it's so scary. He's going for more. I think he's just like had enough. He's like, all right, if you guys can't do it, I'll do everything, boys. Pushing up mid. This is such an awkward angle. I wonder if they check this. This is by the way, the very same setup they had in the previous round of overtime. You could see just the stack at mid from the two players, making sure there's no aggression. Here's Config. He's got a big job through, and they do check it. He falls. AZ's not able to support. They do the damage, and Cajun misses a shot. That's uncharacteristic towards the end of this game. But they've applied enough pressure, and I think they've stopped that B split. And Bolts, he might be making his move out. Palace here. Valdi with the damage onto Steel. This is so dicey, and finally Bolts goes down, and there it is. The round is broken open in the favor of North.
It's not the flashiest kills coming out of AC in this round, but they're very important. Just not very much exposure, taking no damage at all.
Every kill at this point in the game is important. Who cares if it's flashy now? It's all just get the job done. Lucas is going to try and sneak up connector. Henny with the AWP, not quick enough. Good kill from AZ. That one was pretty sexy. And MSL, is he going to go for a peek? Careful with that. He does dink down Lucas down to 5 HP. This should be impossible. Actually, there's no time left in the round. So it is going to end.
I was about to say, MSL, don't go for that fight.
I mean, yes. But it is 16K overtime. For those viewers who might not have tuned in to some of the other overtimes we've had, it is 16K MR3 frequently. At majors, at some other events, you'll see $10,000 start money with MR3. So losing a weapon to a crazy peak at the end of a round isn't really the worst thing that can happen.
No, it's not. I was more worried about the potential bomb. AZ this time the one losing his mind and pushing top mid, but the flashbang is just so good. And Cajun spots the feet, almost takes down KNG. It could have been a nice grenade follow-up, would have maybe been in order, but still, they're going to take it. And unlike the rest of these players, Cajun is actually trying to play sane Counter-Strike, and he just falls back instead of challenging.
Yeah, which is cool. Also, I think, it's nice. You don't get the kill, but yes, oh god, KNG, he gets boosted up. I said that leg shot might depress his aggression, but look at this, trades all the way up. They're starting to get into the A bomb site. The rotations are coming in for North, trying to shore up this site.
The bomb, though, is actually making its way the other direction, so it'll be a while before North have any kind of a read on this. Valder's over there, and he's holding, I would say, a very safe position. This is one of those spots where you can sort of take a couple of shots to fall back, and for them to clear the whole bomb site takes a while.
This is a big role for the young guy to play, and he gets the first kill. Cleans up AZ's damage. Gotta find one more. Henny's dropped down. So tough that he doesn't turn the corner looking. Valdi's done it. He's redeeming himself for the TK earlier. And the reposition over by Van might just do it. I don't think Bolts is ready for it. There's Valdi. There's the head, and he gets it. All 3 kills at the end. A pick-me-up for Valdi. 17-15.
That's incredibly important. He's had a bit of a weird game, as most Mirage B players end up having. He's at 17 kills, but that's not really a reflection of his caliber of game here. It's just him playing B.
Yes, they haven't really gone at him too much. And when they do, at times it's been beating up the defense on other portions of the map. I like the aggression that's come out from North. This is great. This time they slow it down. Enough's enough.
Config sneaking on in with that AWP. There's another one on Cajun still. 2 rounds in a row with the overtime here. They need another 2 to win it. Which is looking good at the moment. And they didn't do too badly, remember, on their T side. They got 7 rounds overall. So the trend is looking good at the moment.
Valdi's making a very cool play over towards the B bomb site. He's pushed about halfway up the apartments. If he goes any further, he'll have all the information, but still, I don't think North has been able to get enough to rotate and cheat players over towards the A bomb site. AZ and Config in mid. There's a little bit of a duel. The real hit is coming towards the A bomb site, and MSL's blind.
Kenji actually doing a really good job right now, trying to see if he can keep the attention on the middle. AZ gets him killed finally. Cajun with a strong kill, taking down Bolts. MSL, perfect lineup with a headshot and the follow-up on Lucas as well. And Henny is gone. AC will take him down. 18-15. One more round. If they can get even one of the three here on the T side, then that's it.
That takes so much pressure off of North, and you can hear the fans' pressure off them as well. They're getting into it.
It is past midnight, so appreciate the dedication, obviously. It's great stuff. And all of you at home as well watching on Twitch, we love that as well, of course.
We obviously do. And all of you watching in the green room, we love you guys too.
Hope you've run out of food and drinks back there. It's all just banter, isn't it? Double orbit Immortals. They can't make even a single mistake here. Oh, that's a fast smoke towards top connector, I believe. Cajun lining that one up, and it lands perfectly, but the actual push looks like it's going to be B.
It almost looked like Steel and Henny wanted to push B. Steel is getting indeed aggressive behind this smoke, or in front of it now. Molotov shows up as a smoke on my minimap, so my mistake, but he's got great position, great information. Henny with the AWP, this could be deadly. And they go around the corner, they crouch right into it. How do they take out Steel? Do they check it? No, he misses it. Cajun's got to find this, and he's got the wrong weapon for it. Great defense. Steel and Henny get all 4 kills so far. And Config in a 1v4.
That was a great read from Immortals. That cannot have been easy because all of the grenades, or many of them, were at the A side. So for Henny to find that perfect position, that's really, really great game sense.
Yes, and I mean the push from Steel to do that. We talk about some of the confidence that Config has shown us in this overtime. To do that is phenomenal from Steel.
Well, it's one strike for North. They're going to have 2 more chances, so could always do a little bit of double overtime. How do you feel about that, Moses? You into that?
I'm getting there, I think. Getting into it. Kanji, I think, is there a gap in that smoke? I can't quite tell. Might be looking for something, but he doesn't find anything. Baldy coming from underpass, 3 at the top mid. Looking like this could be an A split as they have AZ lurking in Palace, and KNG still sticking around, and Cajun, he gets brought down to 11. Great timing to find from the Brazilian sniper.
It's not bad at all. More smokes to top connector here from the Danish side. KNG wants more out of this peak, and he's going to get it as well. Taking down MSL as a strong start.
It's going to be frustrating. That smoke, he wanted it to bounce obviously closer to the front, but the Molotov extinguished it far away, so that's how they found the opening. But Config, oh no, what has he done? Not again. Don't go for the knife again. I was so worried, but Bolts takes him out from behind. Key kill, and there's Lucas with the auto sniper. This is going to go the distance in the first overtime.
This is unbelievable. Lucas with an easy kill on Cajun. That was never going to be any trouble, and he follows it up with a triple. I mean, it is Config, and we've already seen sides that he's losing his mind a bit in this game. We have to point this out because we've been talking a lot about Config and how well he's been playing, but we've got to give a shout out as well to KNG, who's now got 29 kills, topping the scoreboard at the moment for Immortals, and just a couple of kills behind Config at 32.
Yes, brilliant display from both of these guys. How important have they been to their teams? Even if you go back on both maps, really, because if you go back to Inferno, KNG was probably the one player on Immortals that you could say had showed up. Regardless, timeout for North before this very last round of overtime. One more chance for them to win it right here and right now and book their ticket for the semifinals. Otherwise, it's a second overtime and potentially a third map.
Oh, North. They've been struggling for a while now to close out this game. They just need the one round. But Immortals are just looking better and better, round for round. They want the third map, KNG. Flash right now, they're coming through, but he's just spraying, getting the kill. Valda with one return. They're not expecting Lucas, and he's going to get a great double. AC did get bolts, and Cajun is there close range. It's another complete melee here at the A-bomb site, and AC's moved all the way up. Steel is right around the corner. There's going to be one grenade. He's going to be peeked down. Steel gets dropped, and Henny goes for the peek, but oh, there it is! North of the semifinals. AC to take them there. 31 kills on him as well. They did it at the end.
You can't question AZ's performance here today, or indeed anyone on North. That was a tough battle. They had to fight their way. They seemed like they had all the advantages. It almost slipped off. Immortals with a great comeback. A much better showing, obviously, on Mirage than in the first map. But North will indeed eliminate the Brazilians here at DreamHack Masters.
What a crazy game to finish out what has already been a crazy day here at DreamHack Masters in Malmö.
Yeah.
And we're not even anywhere near done. We still have 2 semifinals and a grand final. That's going to be tomorrow, and there's no way you can miss that, because those are going to be some wild games.
Yes, what are the 2 games we have now? It's North taking on
Gambit,
and then G2
and
NIP.
G2, yeah.
Yes, in case you had noticed talking about that earlier. But indeed, an insane game. We had the 1v5 from AZ. We had the...